I'll say indeed, and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friend. Thank you for joining me again on another day, another moment for us to communicate. We're gonna have some chats, I hope at least, talking about the fact that life isn't supposed to be a problem that we try to solve, but instead something that we experience. Throughout the stream, we're going to be talking about that. You, friends, will be contributing to the conversation. If you want to continue contributing, you can comment afterwards. If you want to contribute right now in the moment, you can comment right now. Is that a Dan I see? The bearded Patriot. Nice having you here, dude. Sam and Shad. So much love to you, friends. I have Mary Giwanas with me. Because, damn it, I'm not gonna solve any problems right now. I am here to experience. I want to deeply, deeply experience. I added some oils, thieves oil to be specifically, Shan, Degas. Of course, we're gonna experience today. So experience is one of the intentions, and then I want to experience the Degas, dawn, enlightenment. I want to experience wisdom. I want to experience magic. I want to experience abundance, and I want to experience ultimately Isa, the self, right? That every single one of us are ultimately experiencing the self, and that we should, at least I believe, we should reach a level of realizing that also you are not a problem to be solved. All right, your behavior, your way of showing up in the world isn't a problem to be solved. It's something to be experienced. Surely, you can change the experience. You can make the experience better, but to not see it as a problem. All right, you are not a problem. You are a divine being. Thank you, friends, for joining me. Natalie, I cannot stay, but the title spoke and resonated with me. So big blurb incoming. Love to you too, dear friend. Thank you, Natalie, for even being here for a moment. Yeah, experience. Experience this experience. Stop seeing it as problems. And I'm painfully aware of the fact that I can see it as a problem sometimes, right? Like we feel like things aren't the way they're supposed to be right now when it comes to our economic distribution. Lois, Hannah, thank you for joining me. It's nice having you here too, friend. Experience now. Experience this. Yeah, now? This? This now. Experience this now. I'll do this. I'll do this. Experience this. I'm gonna experience this joint, I guess. It's nice having you friends here. Tell me, tell me, please, what problems have you been trying to solve instead of just experiencing the things that arise? Right, and I'm painfully aware of the amount of hypocrisy that's coming out of my face right now. All right, because my computer is broken still. I do this thing where I walk up to it with full confidence in my heart that it's gonna turn on, right? Because I forgot that it's broken. And then I push the button and then it doesn't turn on. And I'm like, oh yeah, this problem I have, I guess, is still not resolved. And I've been tripping out about going through the process of trying to get this problem solved. But for now, I'm just going to experience. Because I can trip myself out about how I'm gonna solve this problem. I can, I will have to go through the process of solving this problem, but it's not a problem as much as it is me making it a problem, right? I can see it as a blessing. I was planning on doing a lot of busy work with my computer starting this year. I in fact made a commitment to myself to start a new everyday thing, right? I was gonna show up and work on a project every day. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna work myself to death. Yeah, let's do it. And then the universe was like, how about nah, fam? How about no? How about you experience some problems just a little bit, just a little bit. And I've been experiencing it, and I'm grateful, in fact, for these moments of calm. At the same time, one of the problems, if you will, talking about problems and the lack of them, right? I've been facing is YouTube. YouTube has been, you friends have been supporting on YouTube as well. You know, you can support with like little donations and stuff. But I don't have access to that funds just yet because I don't have a tax form. I still do not earn enough money technically to be required to pay any taxes, which is nice, right? Theoretically. But all of that being said, I cannot cash out unless I have a tax number. So I went through that process today as well of like, you know, giving them all my information, taking a photo of myself with my ID. And I was like, what the fuck's happening right now? I'm gonna eat this marijuana seed. Nice. Experiencing. I'm not solving problems. I'm just experiencing. Oh, yes. Take my information, government, please. You know, take my information so that you can continue taking my money for the rest of my life. But only if I make a lot of money, though, right? That's I was like joking about that in the yoga stream today with Brother Ryan. Like, hopefully this year we earn so much income that I want to cry. I want to actually be in tears at the end of the year of how much tax I have to pay. Yeah. Not a problem. Not a problem, but something to be experienced. Is that a gobbledygook sending some crazy stuff? What is that? I've never seen those, dude. Those are pretty sick. I like them. As a parent of someone who loves to solve problems at times when self-reflection is the better option, I feel this title, as hard as it is to help yourself on these journeys, it is even more difficult to support a growing mind that has absolutely minimal concept of self-reflection. Thieves oil for all of those. I tell you what. To paraphrase Morticia Adams, what is Morticia Adams? What is a problem for the fly is lunch for the spider. Maeve is here too. It's nice having you. Isaac! Oh, Isaac, I've been missing you. It's nice having you, dude. Busy morning at work. Thank you for being here for even a moment, dude. Over Christmas, one day I got so overwhelmed with problems, I started a separate little journal called 99 Problems. And I madly wrote down like 36 things. Goodness. I mean, I've got 36 problems instead of 99. How about that for a line? Is that a toast to Melosa? Kyle. Good morning, dude. Nice having you here too, you silly Billy. You. My joint is getting decimated by wind right now. I've been taking a little bit of time off smoking on stream as well. And I feel today's topic is very much tangential to experience. Yes. And listen to that. No wind noise. Even though this is happening, like the amount of wind that's happening right here is pretty brutal. Gentleness. No problems here because we got to solve this problem and now we get to experience better audio quality. I'll do it like this. At least I'll try to. I'm getting little marijuana flecks on my pants. They are freaking going everywhere. Let them dance. Yeah. Skaba. Skitish. Missed you, peaceful people. Missed you, dude. It's so nice having you here, Brother Bear. In this moment, right? There is nothing outside of it after all. Even Mariah is here with us. So nice having you. Love you all. Have a good day, Natalie. Thank you for joining me, friend, even for a moment. Luciana, how did you feel before and after writing it all down? Better or worse? When I realized my 99 problems list It's really just a dramatic to-do list. Some things I must resolve, some things I can just experience. How about that? She wrote down all her problems and realized that some of them is a to-do list, right? Means to solve said problems. But even more importantly, she realized some of them just has to be experienced, seen through almost, right? You can consider it a problem that that mountaintop is so high. Or you can see it as an adventure, embracing the climb, right? 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 Oh goodness, we're gonna be climbing mountains, friends. Oh, we're gonna climb mountains. So many mountains will be climbed by us over and over and over and over and over and over again. And every single time we conquer one mountain, there will just be more mountains to conquer again. We have to fall in love with the process, friends. Really fall in love with the process, the experience that the process holds. I really don't know if there's any other way for us to actually enjoy this. Oh, Toasty, how I've missed you. How are you, friend? Mariah, thank you for saying love. Duck Dad is here too. Life without drama is boring. Straight up. All right, thank you. Ryan, so much love is being sent. Hold the flame. Ay, what the hell? I felt something on my back and then swatting it away. There was a big bug between my fingers for a moment. Miss you, peaceful people. It's nice having you. How are you? How are all of you? How are you, Estian? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I've lost like 9 pounds again, which I still don't think is enough. So I'm like showing up at least again for the whole process of getting a little bit more fit. I'm planning on creating some yoga content this year, planning on making some standalone videos, planning on doing some shorts. I'm planning. I'm thinking of all of these things like problems that I have to solve. And I'm really trying to get into my mind that I'm not solving problems, but I'm getting to experience the full depth of content creation, if you will, right? At least that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm gonna move myself even more into the shade. The sun is more far on my laser. So yeah, I'm noticing this sheer and visceral willingness in myself to do more things. And weirdly enough, I'm grateful for the experience of a broken computer right now because it's giving me an out to not do all of these things that I want to do. You know, like, yeah, I'm gonna do all of these things, and then my other part of my mind is like, but my computer is broken, so I don't have to do all of those things now. But future me is getting wrecked, having his ass handed to him right now. I love you, oh. He's throwing shade at me right now, being like, "Why didn't please? I'm not solving your problem. I'm just here to experience. Please stop it. Stop it. Oh goodness. Okay. I think. Wait a second. I didn't bring a lighter. That is a critical error. I have erred. Okay, I'll put it down for now. Maybe I'll take your friends with me actually. Ryan, a bit of relief. I wrote it all down and I can easily see now that some of them were lies my brain was telling me. Sometimes it helps to kind of see it in front of you to be like, why am I believing these things? See them for what they are. I got a cozy work from home vibe today. We'll be dancing with lions and meerkats next Saturday. That sounds like a vibe, dude. Sending you love for that. Toasty what? That sounds litty ditty. I'm going to need to hear more about this meerkat dancing. Time to get strong again. Let's go, dude. I'm planning on getting big strong. Oh, this year I'm gonna get uber jacked because I have to make yoga content. Oh, I don't have to do anything. I want to make yoga content, right? And I have to at least look the part. But then it's the joke of, am I gonna pretend like I look the way I do because of yoga, which would be a lie, right? Because I haven't practiced yoga my entire life. Most of the gains, if you will, I got in the gym. I just don't gym anymore. It's the whole manipulation thing, right? That I'm tripping myself out about. I'm gonna go get a lighter. You wanna go with me? No? Fine. I'll leave you here. There's some of your friends that didn't want to come with me, but some of your friends just wanna have the view. I don't know if I'll be able to hear anything. I don't see anything moving on my little display window. I'm back in a second. I'm gonna do it as fast as I can. Yep. I love that tree. I want to be it. You are that tree, dude. The question is when. Are you that tree later? Were you that tree? Or are you that tree right now? Because there is only right now. Right? Right? Not right? Cut this. Let me see if I missed some. Maeve says, we all could use a little break sometimes, though. Yeah, same dude, same. Let's do it, Toast. Let's freaking do it, though. Let's get strong. Nice and stonky. And like I feel like I want to almost do a whole stream topic about this. Like the whole new year, new me. Hey up, Nod. It's nice having you here, friend. New year, new me thing. It can be helpful, right? We set this intention to change. But I feel more so than not, when we set this intention to change, it kind of creates this narrative that you're not enough right now, right? So instead of solving a problem, right? Like looking at yourself in the mirror and be like, this belly you have is a problem. And now I'm gonna be eating less and I'm gonna be moving more. And then I'm gonna solve this problem. To be like, I'm gonna experience a weight loss journey, right? It's the exact same thing. And yet I feel just with that wording, it changes the context. And fortunately, when we choose to experience a journey, it's it's easier in my mind than setting ourselves this dedicated goal of like, oh, I'm supposed to be going here, right? Because then throughout the whole process of you going there, you're going to be in this state of not being enough until you get there. Where choosing to go on a weight loss journey, you'll be experiencing something, change within yourself, within your mental willingness to do it, sometimes not. And in that way, it becomes like a ride, it becomes like an adventure that you go on as self for yourself, instead of convincing yourself that you're supposed to be somewhere where you aren't right now. All right. I hope this is making sense. Man, I don't know what's been my deal lately, but I have acquired a plethora of lighters. I'm pretty sure I have a lighter at arm's reach anywhere in my house, out of my car. Love that tree, same. But every time I pick one up, it's about to die. It's quite sensationalizing, if I do say so myself. I really like that tree. Hurts me that she got a little bit hurt, but still beautiful. I like this one as well. I really like that one as well. I got some super duper raw honey anahito strain. It was so good on oatmeal. It's like pasty and crunchy. I know exactly what type of honey you talk about, dude. Did you buy locally, Isaac? I'm guessing so. I recently threw away all my smoking paraphernalia. Feels kind of freeing. it became a crutch. Good, Maeve. Like I spent the last 3 days. Was it the last 3 days? Maybe this is a good sign as to why I shouldn't be smoking, but spent like the last 3 days also not smoking on stream for the same reason. Because a part of me worries that marijuana is a crutch to me, right? I feel when I smoke weed on stream, it can make me a little bit more flowy. It lets me, I don't know if it's a lowering of inhibitions, maybe it's an increase in dopamine, but it allows me to communicate in a way that I don't always have access to. It makes me a little bit more open to whatever the universe wants to have said, if that makes any sense. And then I trip myself out, Maeve, where I think to myself, am I unable to do what it is we're doing right now if I don't smoke? And then I don't smoke. And then I show myself that what it is we do in this space isn't dependent on a substance. It's more dependent on love, right? And then I'm like, oh yeah, nothing can take that love from us. Nothing. When everything else is taken from us, love will remain into infinity. Unironic to my previous statements, but less is more. Less can be more. Hey yo, stouter kabouter. Something just bit me. Oh. Now it feels like more things are biting me. Am I sitting somewhere I'm not supposed to? No bugs directly on me. Maybe I'll just move a little bit, light this joint, take a little bit of a stroll. What a trip this whole life thing is. All right? The experience. That this is an experience that we get to have. Take my slippers off. An experience. The experience of breathing air. The experience of feeling grass underneath my feet. The sun shining in my eyes. Birds chirping. Lighting. Ooh. I wish I could give this experience to you, friends, but Shannon sells these, remedy oils, batch remedy oils. It's like flower remedies, aromatherapy, and the oil that I used on today's Garrick is called Thieves Oil. Imagine very cinnamony. And it creates this, and it's just freshness as I pull through the little Garrick paper. The flavor kind of goes away as soon as I start smoking. But I'm just imagining my lungs experiencing the Thieves Oil. I feel like I'm an insane person right now. What's happening to my mind? Like, this is not a problem to be solved. This is something to be experienced. There's no problem. There's no problems. Experience enlightenment, wisdom, magic, abundance, and ultimately experience yourself, right? But on a very real and visceral level, there will never again be the experience of being you. Isn't that weird to you? The experience of being you. I'm trying to think to myself how much time I spend considering my experience a problem, my life a problem. One of the problems I think I'm facing right now is financial abundance. And it's causing me to try and solve my problems in creative ways, right? Trying to do something that I believe is worthy of financial abundance. And if I'm not mindful, it becomes really easy to consider myself the problem. right? To be like, oh yeah, the reason you're not financially abundant is because you suck. Oh, I suck. I say to myself, self says, yeah. And I'm like, what am I supposed to say to that? It's like, you're nothing to say. Oh. You just have to experience it. Sometimes you have to experience what it's like to suck before you can be good at something. And I'm thinking about these streams, right? Like we spend on average probably like an hour and a half doing these streams, right? And I feel a part of us probably is slowly but surely getting better at whatever is happening here right now. And even if that's the case, I still have only spent like maybe 1,000 hours, maybe a little bit more. No more than 2,000 hours. I don't believe at least. Maybe. No. Maximum 2,000 hours that we've spent doing this, right? And apparently it takes 10,000 hours before you become a professional at something. So then I think to myself, what is being a professional at this look like 10,000 hours from now or 8,000 hours from now? Will I have solved the problems I think I face right now? Will I have experienced enough to know how to solve my problems? Or will I be so infatuated with problem solving that I will cease to enjoy the experience? Right? And then I'm like, I'm grateful for the quietness in these moments. A part of, excuse me, a part of me doesn't want it to change. A part of me doesn't want to see more growth. And I feel like, I don't know if it's a self-limiting belief or if it is a self-limiting aspiration where I don't feel in some ways ready for a change, right? Like I don't want this space to change. Not really. Like I like the fact that we're in this moment only 10 people in this space. Like there's a sense of closeness, there's a sense of, weirdly enough, privacy, even though that's kind of counterintuitive, right? And then again, I realize that throughout all of this mindset, I am considering it a problem. I'm considering anything a problem. In my mind, I have this expectation that things should be one way instead of another, right? And then as soon as I expect that one way instead of another, oh, I want this space to be nice and close, right? Only a few people. We actually have the capacity to see individual friends, to remember them, to know their names, to know that Mariah has, little boys running around in her world, to know Isaac as a dog, to know Toasty as a beloved, that he's gonna have an amazing time on Saturday. A part of me doesn't want that to change because I think it would be a problem if it was differently. Instead of realizing that things do change, they will always ceaselessly be changing. So, what am I resisting if not the experience thereof? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. It's a lot. It's a lot if we make it so much. I can definitely help. It has just run its course for myself, but it has aided me in my journey to start accepting and loving myself more. Exactly. Mariah, I feel like that is what kind of like drew me to marijuana as well. I got a new mosquito bite. Ah, that was my musical scream of pain. I wanted to actually be like, and then I was like, that would be a little bit abrasive. Maybe just go. Ah, 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 ah. I viscerally despise mosquito bites, and my mind every single time I get one, start problem solving. Be like, oh, if only I was vigilant enough to not get mosquito bitten. If only I had a super suit skin tight over my body, making sure that no foreign entity can penetrate my skin barrier. If only I had a backpack and a front pack with a laser and camera vision mounted to it. And as soon as a mosquito comes close to me, it lasers it out of the air. If only. I realize that I'm not supposed to solve the problem. I'm supposed to experience what it feels like to be in this moment itching, to have a need to scratch something, and to be able to mentally not. Maybe that's why I've been wrecking myself with willpower as of late. Like it's almost like every mosquito bite I get takes a certain capacity from my brain. It's like I have less mental energy to give to other things because I'm nursing the primal impulse to scratch my own skin off when these things freaking bite me. Tries to run away from self, but I'm in my own skin, and it's so weird watching you walk away and still hearing you, your ears stretching into infinity, dude. I'm working through the last bit of my stash when taking a small break. I think it will be good, dude. Not having it in the home would help a lot. Want to switch to maybe just edibles lately. I've had a lot of subconscious worry about all the smoke in my lungs. Me too, weirdly enough. Me too, dude. I don't know if the smoking serves us. Mm-mm. And it's significantly better than smoking cigarettes. And I feel that's what we do to ourselves, right? We solve problems by convincing ourselves that our problem isn't as big as another person's problem. And I don't know if that helps us. Mm-mm. It works. At least we can make it work. We can be like, ah, this joint, and I have a joint waiting for me to be smoked, right? Just there. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. At least I'm not smoking 20 cigarettes a day, like some of my friends. I'm only smoking a joint a day. That's that's balanced. And it's more balanced, but I'm still potentially causing myself problems, right? Taking carcinogens into my body, and my body can't fight these things off. But it's like, again, the whole building a bomb analogy, right? I'm smoking something, putting carcinogens in my lungs. Putting carcinogens in my lungs has the caveat of increasing my chances of developing lung cancer. So I should stop. I should not do that. And yet, because of the experience, I ignore my problem or my potential problem, right? The other side of the infinity of today's topic, if you will. I think the switching to edibles is a good idea. Maybe that will be the way to actually, help ourselves. I smoke it for medical reasons, but as I do enjoy it, it's hard for me to maintain a healthy perspective on it without reminding myself of a solid need for it. A problem you have in your life, right? Like anxiety, self-critical nature, lack eating, uh, difficulty sleeping. That's one of the things I find it works for as well. And then the problem can be solved with this plant chemical, this medicine, if you use it that way. I have a medical prescription as well, but the habit came before the prescription. Yeah, inner critics have no chill. No, they don't. They need to be guided to let go of thought toxicity, to be kind. Being kind to yourself is harder than it seems, Maeve. Beautiful point to make, though. Being kind to yourself. At the back of this little holder, the thing holding the phones right now, there is a sticker that Maxine sent me that just goes, be kind. Be kind. And yeah, starting with yourself is very important. It takes 2,000 max hours to become an expert. I say it to be true. Boom. There it is. You're an expert now. Oh, shit. Suddenly, expert. I feel like I'm imagining like this, like a little bubble, like on Xbox Live, start opening up. Achievement unlocked. Level expert. Ah, yes. I am so expert. I don't know what I'm doing. I have. I'm gonna pour water in a glass now. Yes, expert. Yeah, yeah. Wait, watch. I love you, water. Expert. So experting right now. I love expert. That was joy. That's nice. Expert. So experting right now, Toast. I mean, you're killing me, dude. Thank you. Thank you for that. You know, freaking. I don't know if it was a joke or if it was. What do you call that? For that playfulness. That means we're all experts at breathing. Yeah, so experting right now. Toasty dropping bombs. My dog is laying on a blanket in front of a space heater currently. That sounds so freaking wholesome. The number always sounds so daunting, when really it's important, for me at least, to get past that initial uncomfortable, struggling phase. After that, learning becomes much easier. That number always sounds so daunting. The 10,000 hours, yeah, very much a daunting thing to kind of consider. It's like, wait a second, I'm gonna have to do this thing I love for the rest of my life? For a whole lifetime? For a decade plus before I can even be properly good at it? Artisanal breathing experts we are. Whew. Dude, stop it. Please, my brain. Cleaner ways to smoke. There are vaporizers, for example. Does anyone know how those packs are far as carcinogens? Apparently, they don't have any carcinogens because you're not technically caramelizing any plant material, right? You are heating the plant material up to the point at which the THC evaporates. And as you light it on fire, the THC also evaporates as the heat kind of, passes closer and closer to it. So there's apparently no carcinogens with the Iowa stepping in thorns, yo. Please, please, little thorns. Here you are. Experience, huh? Like it happens subconsciously. I feel that's the problem at some level as well, right? I stepped in a thorn and instantaneously my body went searching for wherever that thorn was so that I can throw it away from where I put my feet right now. And then directly afterwards, I'm like, why did I let that interrupt me? And then I watch myself have a problem and then try to solve the problem instead of choosing to experience. I could have just kept my foot there, stepping in the thorn, having that sense of wah, and I could have had an experience like that for the rest of the day, riding the wave of stepping in a thorn, not stepping in a thorn. But sometimes we don't want to experience certain things, right? So maybe that is like a lesson to be taken from today's stream, that it's okay to allow yourself to experience certain things instead of trying to solve some sort of arbitrary problem, but only if you're okay with experiencing it, right? If you're not okay with experiencing something, if something is so big of a problem in your world that it causes you a level of discomfort or causes discomfort to others, then maybe that's a good way for us to know in which kind of direction we should be taking action. How does that feel? Love you, nurse. Love you, Mouth. Love you, dude. Thank you for joining us, Toast. I'll see you again soon, dude. I would definitely learn to be kind to oneself, can be absolutely brutal at times. And it's a constant process, right? Because you might be kind to yourself. And then from that level of self kindness, you start to take actions that you believe are kind actions. And then you stop taking those actions, maybe because you fall sick or you lose the pattern, the daily pattern that you were following, and you fall back to an old pattern. Then it's extra hard to be kind to yourself because you are doing less kind things for yourself. It's almost like a weird paradox, right? And then we find ourselves in that problem solving state instead of experiencing, instead of watching the experience unfold as it is, seeing how you're messing with yourself, right? I feel like that's the crazy thing. It's like we actually mess with ourselves. It's like it's some weird joke that we play, enjoyably so, pretending not to know. Look at this cool ant. Stop looking at my face. Sup, dude? See you again soon. Love you, dude. Oh, I'll have to buy one of them boys then. Another willing victim to them consumers. It's nice having you here too. These tears. What a blessing. What a blessing to be spending a moment with friends. I will not cease to trip out about this space. I feel the weird thing for me is that this space on some sort of metaphysical cosmic level solves some sort of problem for me, right? Does it make sense? I have a problem that needs solving. This is true, right? And that is the model of capitalism. At least the willing part of ourselves with capitalism is because it solves a lot of problems, right? I got the capitalisms with this microphone because I had the problem of when there was wind like this. I don't know if the wind can be seen. You can take a blade of grass. Was that seen? When there's wind like this, there's wind noises on the microphones on your friend's side of the stream. And because I wanted this problem solved, I did. I showed up, I purchased a product, and now we don't have to deal with that anymore, right? So, in the same way, your body is also something to be valued. Whether or not you want to be smoking carcinogens day in, day out is an important question to consider. Again, what parts, what problems are you willing to be okay with? And I feel the problem of your body shouldn't be something you should be okay with, right? You should take care of the personal problems because I feel only then are you going to be at capacity to help others as well, solve other problems. The jar of mulled wine is almost empty. I've been getting bit by things. I'm back from lurking, ready to contribute to the chat experience. Goo. I see a floating cloak with a big rounded brim opening, beautifully white, floating in a doorway with moonlight shining over water. Felt kind of ethereal, felt like the floating cloak wanted me to follow it, but it also looked kind of sus, right? Random ass floating cloak in a doorway. Seems some some getting lured to my death level stuff. How do you feel about it, Gab? Thank you for contributing to this chat experience, dude. I'm really good at problem solving, pretty good at experiencing too. which do you enjoy more, right? Are you enjoying your experience more, or do you enjoy problem solving more? Because I find like that can be an important question to ask ourselves as well. Some of us can get so infatuated with solving problems that we start creating our own, all right? Literally creating our own problems in order to solve them. As we problem solvers or solution creators, actually scratch that. We are problem creators and solution seekers. There you go. Also on the level of creating our own problems, dude. We enjoy the hunt and are afraid of the lack that there is of something. Raid surrounding villages for more wine. Suddenly going full on barbarian. I hope we get to witness our species evolve from reactive to proactive in our lifetime. I'm envisioning that anyway. I feel we have, at least partially, right? Because we are capable of proactive behaviors. Like that's what we're talking about in a lot of ways, right? For the longest time, we didn't understand the implications of, for instance, smoking things, or the foods that we eat, or the products that we get our foods in, the products we put on our skin. Like there is so much more understanding, at least if you want to, when it comes to the internet right now. Like there's a lot of information to know. And some of us can consider not knowing something a problem as well. Right? Experiencing not knowing something isn't really great. If you have like a burning question in your mind of like, you know, how do trees photosynthesize? Surely there can be a beautiful experience to be had not knowing and considering and thinking about that. Absolutely. But there is this burning part of us that likes to know things and would actively seek out solving the problem of not knowing. So the point I'm trying to make, gobbledygoo, is that we can't know whether or not our entire species will evolve to a point where we can be that way. But I know that we are at least capable of considering it, right? That in a way, you being able to consider it right now in this moment is the thing that will eventually lead to the creation thereof. You are the powerful. The memory of famine runs deep in us, I think, Isaac. Oh, yeah. Conscious evolution will get us there. We got this. We're literally doing it right now. Consciously evolving in this moment. Doc Dad says that's the most real thing I've read in a long time. The memory of famine runs deep in us. Yeah. Our traumas as a species is literally stored in our DNA right now. How about that? That we've done studies on babies born to women, especially during like famine periods where there was not enough resources, right? Where they were literally starving. And if you follow those babies into their adult lives, they're more likely to overeat because of their insulin and metabolism. They're more likely to store energy instead of expend energy. So it's easier for them to be docile and store excess energy. And there's another one, schizophrenia, like an increase in schizophrenia as well, right? Literally coded into their DNA. And we can change it. Like there's this ability for us to make epigenetic changes onto ourselves. There's some crazy stuff in our DNA, friends. Right? I can give you more examples. Like with rats, they can like expose them to certain smells, right? Or they can teach them how to solve certain problems, and then their offspring gain the same information just through DNA. Butterflies, you can expose a worm to a certain chemical scent that it can detect, and then you administer an electric shock, And then it starts to create slash exhibit stressful behaviors only in the exposure of that scent, right? Because it associates on a DNA level that scent with a certain dangerous stimuli. And then even after it goes through the whole evolution process of becoming a butterfly, right? Literally transcending its old self, it still exhibits stressful symptoms when exposed to that old smell. So think about that, right? As a conscious evolution, as the thing we're doing right now, there are traumas inside of us that came from generations past. And that even though we can evolve to the point of it being so radical, like a worm going into the form of a butterfly, we're still capable of holding on to our old traumas. And not necessarily so for fear, for hatred, but for love, right? That your DNA loves you so much that it wants you to be prepared. It wants you to have the tools to solve all of your problems, if you will. And then when we see it like that, the experience becomes a beautiful one, becomes one you can become aware of and choose to show up in. Sharumo, I was thinking about you yesterday, friends. Nice having you here. My great grandmother raised kids through the Depression till the day that she died at 105 years old, of those little idiosyncrasies that kept them alive through the rough times were there, right? The amount of power, dude, that there is in our DNA. And we're heading into an age where it's going to be even more of that. Like we'll probably, hey, you dry, have access to gene editing tech within our lifetimes as well. We'll be able to be even more directional, intentional with the things we do, the way we respond in the world. I love y'all. Have a great day. I'll see you all again soon. Be gentle to yourself today, folks. That's the nicest thing that you can do. Thank you, Isaac, for being nice to us, friend, for being nice to yourself. Love you. See you again soon, dude. I have a tree branch keeping me, at least my eyes, out of this direct sunlight. Thank you. Thank you, tree. There's a group of bugs screaming as well. Dry, dirty, duck dad. Thank you for saying love. How are you doing, Shrumo? Have you been occupied feeling like you're experiencing some sort of problem? Or have you just been experiencing whatever is going on right now? Showing up in your life, noticing. How do you feel experiencing this right now? You're looking into South Africa, dude. What is this like? What does it mean about our species that we are willing to show up for an experience like this? What does it mean about you? I'm really curious about you. Really curious about you. Why? Why would you do this? Why? Is it curiosity? Again, coming back to, are we solving some sort of problem here? Am I providing some sort of value? And if so, what? I'd like to believe love, but I'm very biased. Very biased. And now you know what I'm doing? I'm solving problems. I'm trying like, stop it. Experience. Mm. Mm. There's nothing to be solved. There's only experiences to be had. Trees. Them trees. Them trees, Maeve. Have a beautiful day, Isaac. Love you, friend. Thank you. Shan, for sending love. Let's pull a card, shall we? Let's see what sacred geometry has to say for us today. Ooh. I want to share more of the animal sounds. See if I can at least. Let's see how this works. Whoa! It's supposed to be like that? I'll take it as a yes. Sick of. Got some animal sounds now. I feel like we might have had some animal sounds even before card time. Getting super into the Zen. There's an actual bug generating a frequency right now. And then it interrupts its own frequency. Do you hear the other one? That is a high-pitched noise. Yeah. Maeve, I was feeling you ask. How trippy, huh? Creating frequencies. I know it might be a little bit annoying. It does annoy me sometimes. But I'm in this moment going to choose to experience it instead of seeing it as a problem to be solved. Technically, I could solve the problem by turning that microphone off, but clearly that sound needs to be here right now. This one. The way the bug interrupts itself. I can be transmuted. It can be transmuted into good noise by feeling it. You can draw your awareness to the naked sense awareness. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do. Is just listening. Without any expectation, without any judgment, without any hope for it to be differently, without any problem solving. Weirdly enough, a part of me wants to say without any curiosity. All right. And like I shouldn't ask why as a without the curiosity. As soon as I start asking why, I limit the depth of the experience I can have. Maybe why is the start of trying to solve some sort of problem. Believing that I need to know somehow. It can be transmuted. Purple, sister eye. Okay, I think I waited long enough. It's all spectrums of the rainbow, but purple is the third eye. So maybe that's just the one you're tuning into right now, Dry. Hey, yeah. Let's see. One more time. Somewhere in the bright light. Card number 50. Chakras, energy centers. I'm trying to feel into that Bugs song, almost like a line, right? And on top of that line in my mind, I'm going to let this energy start flowing. Chakras are the human body's subtle rainbow energy centers. The primary chakra, I literally cannot read right now. Yellow. Training the senses. My ears are very sensitive, so it takes a lot of energy to do that instead of hurting. Overload, not complaining, just explaining, but easy to lower volume to help with getting used to it. I did, Maeve. I hope it's better now. Maybe the volume is still a little bit high. Let's see if I can make it lower still. Uh, Lower receiver gain. How's that? Might be better. I meant my own. Thanks, but no, not 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 any lower. Yeah, skip bobble. My favorite is the Anahata chakra. I don't actually know the Anahata chakra. Maybe it has different words, you know. Like I know there are multiple chakras as well. The primary ones are just the main seven. Not any better. Let me see if I can. Thank you though. Let me try again. Let me try again. I'll do this. Go to transmitter, low cut, transmitter gain. How does that sound? Then I can just bring it a little bit closer so it sounds better. I hope that's better. That's the best I can do. Like that's the softest it goes. No, that's what I meant. Please don't go through trouble. Friend, I'll go through all of the trouble. Don't you challenge me. I'll trouble myself for you. Lovingly so, of course, always. So, this card, chakras, are the human body's subtle rainbow energy centers. The primary chakras are seven spinning vortexes of energy and light. Simple attributes accredited to these chakras from the base to the crown include survival and grounding, as we read, sexual energy and emotion, as orange, willpower, self confidence, and laughter, as yellow, love, heart intelligence, and compassion, as green, creativity and communication, as blue, intuition, imagination, and concentration, as purple, union, bliss, and empathy. You can think of it as white light or violet as well. When they're spinning in balance, they vitalize the body and support physical, emotional, and mental well being. Pulling this card reinforces your intention to balance and strengthen your energy centers so that you may better engage your purpose and act in the world as a whole, healthy being of light. Envision your chakras as a rainbow column of spinning lights. Imagine each color as spinning bright and clear. Feel each rainbow vortex aiding you in your path towards wholeness. Tuned in right into time for the card. Have the microphone nice up and close as well. Drop the gain a lot. I hope that it cuts out that bug scream. I can see it's not, at least not completely. But yee, yee. I hope that was what we needed, dear friends. The Anahata is the heart. My favorite as well. Mine as well. The green. As soon as I said the heart chakra, I was like, yeah, yeah, green. Yeah, tuned in right. Morning, friends. Joy Vive. I was missing you, friend. Love you, dude. It's so nice having you here. I think I have a spread on this card. I posted it on Haywire Hill. Do dry. Thank you. Love you. Love you. ASMR melt. Yeah. Speaking sweet nothings into your ear or whatever. Thank you, friends, for joining me. It was a dear pleasure having this moment. Hello to you, Vidhara Pharma. It's nice having you. Can I ask my friends to send me some extra strength this evening, please? Let's close our eyes Start visualizing what strength looks like. Sacrifice, service, surrender, loyalty, willingness, power, dedication, commitment, consistency. Feeling all of this energy, we can think about our dear friend Shannon. Seeing her within the same infinity that we all are, this world we call Earth, living a full life, hopes and dreams, a child, seeing all of these beautiful virtues being sent to her, her life becoming lighter, more full of experience instead of problems. The only way out is through Shan, absolutely. Today is the day my beloved Jeffrey will be transitioning. Sending you love, Shannon, so much. Sending strength. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you for asking, Shan. I'm so happy we could spend a moment together. Again, we're not alone, dear friends. We're not alone. We're gonna be okay. Keep showing up for love. Keep showing up for love. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. How do I know? I don't know anything. But damn it. Like, it's either gonna be okay, and then it's gonna be okay, or it's not gonna be okay. And then at least we believed it was gonna be okay. Right? Because I think of it as like a problem. Alana, it's nice having you here, friend. I think of it as a problem, right? Where I can either believe, be optimistic, right, of a good future, and then see that future, right? So inadvertently, I've been created that future by believing in it. Or I can believe in that optimistic future and not get to live in it. Or I can not believe in an optimistic future and get to live in it, which means I'm still, I've lost half of the experience. Or I can not believe in hope and then be right about it, right? And then have double bad experience. So believing in a hopeful, optimistic future and getting it is the win-win, right? And you can only have one win-win. So take it. Take our win-win and experience it. Ain't got no problems. Only get win-wins. It's not okay. It's not over yet. It will be okay. It will be okay. It is okay. You are perfectly okay exactly as you are. It's not going to be okay if we believe it's not going to be okay. Yes. Yes. It's not okay. It's not if it's not okay, it's not over yet. It will be okay. Yeah. Is it not okay? Then it's not over yet. Is it okay? Then that's okay. Oh, goodness. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much for spending a moment. I love you dearly. I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow in the same moment. Where are you from? South Africa, friend. South Africa. Blessings to South Africa. Blessings. Blessings to this country. I believe. I believe we're going to keep making waves, friends. No matter how big of a wave you make, literally, you make waves by breathing. You make waves by stepping in space, right? You make waves by sitting up in your bed. You make waves by rolling over in your bed. Waves. Waves into the infinity. You are creating change. Believe in yourself. The chakras are so cool. To me, they defy the constructed imaginal and taking that material and transmuting it in equanimity and one pointedness, like pure geometry of consciousness. Mm, I see two psychedelic kaleidoscope fractal flowers cut in half and then stacked onto each other, creating beautiful intricacy, one being bright and geometrical, the other being dark and organic. Or I don't know if organic is even the right word. Imagine cell like organism. All right. Thank you. Thank you, friend. Thank you for sharing some love with me. Thank you for sharing one chakras. Yes. Communication, dude. Love you. I'll see you again soon. We'll communicate more. Go and experience your life. It's a worthy one. I love you. See you again soon.